Naona mafans pale wanasema tuongeleze sauti. Now, I was impressed when Silingile kumangwa grandmother. Silingile. Itaembeza mingi muno.
Hi guys, karibuni sana then wa YouTube channel ya wahua kareithide mushokerie gatho arethe mukaretwo mukilike mugashare muga subscribe gauga ni gatho muno gaiba moyo amurathimera nije wadara uguo ni ona luku nimepiga luku nagakuo gathaka na gathuti gathaka no ngienda gathuti tagaka kana gatapuo gothe kamugutho gathikati the place to be elegant closet na ni wewe irahetuka hau uguo thiko hura na mbeo wari na Salma umwire niki ungienda na ni gukorwo ari usort so omothe thini wa 21 questions with who KWATA KAWAYA KWATA
every night tanu, every night moyo. KWATA KAWAYA. KWATA fio.
Hey, MBUVI mwenyewe.
Mambo.
Poa. MBUVI,
yes.
Karibu sana.
Asante.
We are glad to have you.
My pleasure.
Na nimefurahia sana kukuona.
Pleasure here. See you. Nimekuwa mbona activity yako YouTube. Kutesare.
Asante.
Yes.
So I'm so happy to have you. Maybe unaweza tuangalia pale utusalimia and maybe say a word.
Vipi mambo, naitwa MBUVI KWATA KAWAYA, a ning born again saved filled with the Holy Ghost and fire. Na tuko hapa nasikia 21 questions. The only good thing about 21 ni namba ya Mungu. Multiple of 7. Everything else I don't know. Acha ningoje nione.
Kabisa. Na mbinya nitwe mwiroredi umenyerete ria tukororgo tukiaria gikuyu na umothe tutashaganya yote.
Ohanini.
Ohanini tu.
Ohanini tu. Mudogo. Gina sharasha hoine.
Okay, MBUVI.
Yes.
Are you ready for the 21 questions?
Bring it on.
All right. Haya. Which is one song that you must sing along? Atukisikia tu hivi unaamka tuna kiti.
Mine or just generally?
Yeyote tu.
It depends on seasons. Sakasa hini. Only you can do what no man can do. Only you can say. Ya ada. Hiyo ndio inachika kwa roho at the moment. So difference.
Hiyo ukisikia unaamka nayo.
Kabisa hiyo na ekueme.
Wow.
Those two.
MBUVI,
yes.
Which is the most beautiful place that you've visited?
Oh my goodness. I'll probably say St. Louis in the US. And also Scotland, some place called Edinburgh, because I loved the old castles that they have. These are my castles, these are my 17th G what. I love. And I love epic movies, so those ones is Nani Kusangaro.
Okay. MBUVI,
yes.
Ni personality gani uko nayo that leads you to trouble most of the time?
I'm an extrovert. Kuna kwanga phlegmatic. Mimi ni one of ile sanguine. I am a super sanguine. And it brings me in trouble everywhere. Where there's needed silence,
yes.
Trouble. But where there's needed music and excitement and entertainment,
Nani shida gani ya social jipata nayo mpaka mmekosana na watu just because you're a sanguine?
Interrupting work. Like now, you can have something going on and it's silence and everything. Yes. All of a sudden, umewaka. Or you're having a live shoot, like now, say like they've gone on a break.
Yes.
Umepiga kelele na hujanotice yani in 3, 2, 1, you've not noticed. And it's even hard out there. So guys are like, what's wrong with this guy? Why are you 3? Let me say the third one and the last one.
Yes.
Performance. People don't like, I don't like standing in one place performing. I love moving. And initially, before the entertainment industry understood those things, cameramen from every stage wakansikia MBUVI anaingia stage na sema forget about that guy. Jamaa tupeleka around kila mahali. But my point is, I'm not doing this. TV is important,
yes.
But I'm doing for the fans. Here they are. They're the ones who brought me here. So my priority is them. Yes. If you don't want to capture a lot of me, that's cool. Me, I'm good. Let me entertain my people.
All right.
Yes.
MBUVI, umeambiwa uchague katikati ya bathing mtoto, kuosha mtoto na kuosha nyumba. Uoshe mtoto, upake mafuta, uvalishe na nyumba uoshe ing'are.
Kuosha mtoto? Because there's a lot of love. Mtoto is awesome. You know, they are called bundles of joy.
Yes.
So when you're handling kuosha kitu spendi, but mtoto is a different story altogether. Because it's a bundle of joy, bundle of love. Yani, you know, you can imagine, it's beautiful. Wow. I think I'd love
kuosha mtoi
any day.
Hata akilia.
Sintamsuzi, nitamchekesha. That's why I'm a comedian. Ndamwimbia kawimbo, nitatoa pampa Kenya sire. I'm a firstborn, so I've done that to my followers. So si kitu geni sana.
Okay. Yeah. MBUVI, which is the right age to get married?
There is no right age to get married. It's a right stage, right maturity is when you get married. When the moment comes, maturity time, you can marry at 20 and it works out. You can marry at 40 and it doesn't work out. It's not about age, it's about maturity. Wow. And compatibility.
I love that. The most weird thing ushaifanya MBUVI ni gani?
Oh my God, most weird?
Yes.
I don't know.
Okay, ni vile ziko mingi huwezi kumbuka.
I want to find out what particular one?
Yes. Most weird.
I don't know. Is this weird? I stole some money from my grandmother. Is that weird?
Very.
When I was a kid.
Very.
When I was a kid to buy sweets. Yani watoto ni wajinga. Kitambo, it was 2 bob. That's a lot of money. 2 bob was a lot of money. It's like taking 2,000 now.
Yes.
It was a lot of money then. So I regret. That's a bad thing. I regret, yeah. Silingile kumangwa grandmother. Silingile. Itaembeza mingi muno.
MBUVI, given an opportunity to have a dinner with a certain politician, who will you choose?
How? Who would I choose? I'd probably choose Uhuru Kenyatta. Wow. Not because of his politics per se. I think he's a happy personality. I like his personality. And I know a lot of people in this country have issues with him as a president. But I don't think people would have issues with him as a person. He's a wonderful person, happy person. They probably gave him the job that I don't know whether he ever desired that job, but he's a wonderful person.
Okay.
He has a good nature. Ushaona akisalimiana?
Yeah.
Zikisalimia kaya mkono wako itaumia. He has a great, that's the one person I really want to catch up with him and see what drives him.
Okay.
Lakini sasa nitamwambia no kakiture. No kakiture. Yeah, but he's a cool guy. I think he's a very cool guy.
Nice. MBUVI, which is one thing that you believe in, you believe it's true, and almost everybody disagrees with you.
Okay. I'll ask you a question. How old was Jesus when the wise men went to see him? Approximately.
Vile tu alikuwa amezaliwa. Alikuwa hours old.
He was 2 years old. He was 2 years old. Because when the Herod asked the wise men when alizaliwa kalini, ndio akawa watu 2 years and under. No one agrees with me. The second one is, okay, I'm a Bible based guy, so the second one is Isaac. How old do you think when he was being sacrificed? Approximately. He was probably 30 or 33. I might say he's a boy, but I think he was 33. No one agrees with me.
I'm still doubting. They are still doubting.
He was a picture of what Jesus is going to become. So he was 30, 31, 32, 33, somewhere there. Number 3. No one imagines that I was almost aborted before birth. No one imagines that. I repeated the third one. There's a couple of the things people don't believe.
Oh my.
And the people I school with, no one believes I do music. It doesn't make sense. I didn't do anything to do with music in school. No one does. So
I don't know if they agree. Comment down below and tell us. Do you agree? Nah. MBUVI, how does it feel to share your password with your partner?
I wouldn't
or
have
rather
a problem.
Your girlfriend.
I wouldn't have a problem with it because if it's your girlfriend and somebody you treasure, I don't think there's much I have to hide. Because it's about sharing life.
Wow.
And sharing trust. It's about sharing life, sharing love, sharing trust.
Okay.
So if I can't trust her with everything I have, who do I have to trust?
Wow.
A girlfriend, and so as it leads up to marriage.
Yes.
And a good wife is the closest thing to heaven on earth. A bad one is the closest thing to hell on earth.
Yes.
Don't be too private. Communicate. It's important. Be open. Open book. Na yeye. Na make sure amejua yeye ni everything for you. That's it.
Racial men.
dem fulani.
Kumbe movie.
I'm kidding. You have to say all the right things. Anyway, I'm kidding.
Okay.
That's what I believe.
Who is the kindest person in your life?
Kindest?
Yes.
My dad, my sister. Those two.
Wow, your dad?
My dad and my sister.
Your sister.
Yeah, my dad is my biggest fan.
Okay.
My dad is my biggest fan. My sister she's just wonderful. Any new report she hears or anything new, it's me she'll call first.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry to ask this. I didn't hear you mention your mom. Why?
Now, before my mom went to heaven, she was the kindest, loving, bestest person. In fact, I did a couple of songs for her. She's the best person. My very nature, I think, borrows a lot from her.
Okay.
Yeah. She was actually, now that's the kindest person I've ever seen in my life. She would work so hard. Her pay slip, there's one time I looked at her pay slip.
Yes.
Unaona gross ni kubwa, net ni kangiri ama ngiri mbili. But anytime I came to see her in the office, you will get large pocket money, you'll get everything. I used to be visited in school, sent things back up, people thought I was a last boy. Wow. They thought we were so rich, but she just sacrificed herself. That's the kindest person I have ever met.
Okay.
Yeah.
Movie. How does a round pizza come in a square box?
A round pizza comes in a square box because you have to create space for utaitoaje. If you put it round, utaitoaje. That's my assumption. Utaitoaje.
Utakata tu makaratasi and then ukainue.
Sasa badala kukata na unataka baby kuitoa yote weka kwa sahani fulani. They give you all the optionalities. Okay. So inaweza tolewa vizuri, yekwe mahali vizuri.
Wewe you mtata. When you say
the diameter is the same. So
movie.
Yes.
Asimu ungekuwa na power za kusoma minds za watu. Ni mind ya nani haswa sana ungependa kusoma?
Hey, this is corruption. Earlier I spoke about trust, but the person closest to your heart is the person you probably want to read their mind. But when I think about it, that's not a good idea, because when will they surprise you? Joys of life come in the unexpected.
Okay.
Joys of life. I know even when you're proposing, you wish you knew, and as I said, my yes, dear. But if you knew that, then it's boring. Afadhali, try ikienda through, you can't believe it. It's awesome.
Yes.
So I don't know. Maybe the mind of God. In fact, in the morning I was talking about that. The mind of God is what I really want to understand. Because when I look at na boyfriend yake, whoever you are, usinichape. It's like when I look at you.
Yes.
Something starts. First of all, your voice. A female voice is amazing to a guy, and I don't understand why. Hata kwa simu unaweza sikia sauti ya mtu. I was telling somebody about somebody who called me sometime. Yeah. And hello, so I'm like hello. Wani nani? Naenda amepiga simu. I hate that. But the voice was so nice. I said, mimi ni MBUVI. Wewe nani? I needed to go and see who is this.
Yes.
So I want to find out hii intrigue God aliweka ndani yetu.
Alifikiria aje.
Thank you. His mind is it amazes me every morning. And what was he thinking when he's creating all these things?
Yes.
I can't imagine nini. 3, let me say something else.
Yes.
Do animals appreciate color? I don't know. Now, when you go to the bottom of the sea, bottomest kabisa,
yes,
it is so colorful. And the bottom of the sea has been there for years and years. We only discovered it in 1900 and something, when guys discovered deep sea diving. Yani all those colors were all there beautifully arrayed for us to eventually go there and find them eventually. He's mysterious. I'd love to understand his mind.
Wow.
I would love to. He's mysterious. He's amazing.
Na wewe je?
And he's full of color kama mkamba.
Kuna ka yellow. Ungeka.
Yellow yezi kosa. Na ikikosa na iko kwa socks. Jua bado iko. Kisha.
Sawa.
It is there.
All right. Movie.
Yes.
Ni mstari gani, like maybe I don't know if you're dating or not, ama kitambo, ni mstari gani ukienda kukatia dem lazima utaitumia?
If love was mathematical, you'd understand the sum to the heart's equation, where 1 and 1 makes 1, and lonely is equals to me minus you.
Rudia tena.
If love was mathematical, you'll understand. I love maths. I'm a physicist.
Okay.
If love was mathematical, you'd understand the sum to the heart's equation, where 1 and 1 makes 1.
Yes.
And lonely equals me minus you.
Walikuwa nasikia hiyo ndani.
No comments. I pledge the Fifth Amendment.
MBUVI.
Maybe walikuwa kama washamba na hivi sio kwenda wewe. Unakwanga fade na wanaenda. After all that effort.
Really?
Anyway.
MBUVI, are you a leader or a follower?
I'm both. Leadership is about accomplishing the purposes that you're given, and every time you have a purpose.
Yes.
Every time, and maybe this is something we need to understand even as artists. Every time I have a product out there, and I have a song coming out, I have so many other people working behind the scenes. The person's gonna do the video, the person's gonna do the track, the person who's gonna organize all the guys who are gonna dance to that song. So you are in leadership. And leadership doesn't mean you're the best in all those facets. Leadership also means getting the best in all those facets and getting them to work seamlessly to produce a product that is wonderful. So that in that regard, I'm a leader. But in the same time, if I pick you under my banner to do something, and you give me an idea in that thing you're genius at, I need to be humble enough to follow and understand you better than me in that particular one facet. So you're at any one time, I think you're both. Okay. And it's just knowing in priority where am I leading, where am I? Yes. A great leader, a great president is a great president because he's able to get a good team to work with him.
Oh yeah.
When the president announces about COVID every time and he talks about COVID, tunasemanga tunangojea orezo kile atasema. You get?
Yeah.
Yet what he's gonna say is not his conclusion. It's the experts who will come and give him and tell him this is what works for the country. In fact, he also said, I wanted to open the economy, but now I had to listen to my experts. In other words, he's saying, my desire is for you is this, but I am strong enough to follow what my experts are telling me. So at any one time, you're both.
Wow. Anyway, we need both in the society.
You need both.
Yeah.
The president, Benjamin Mkapa, passed away a short while ago. Okay. And I was just running through his recaps of everything. Remember, he's the third president of Tanzania. Yeah. I loved when sometime he had been sent to come and speak in the country, especially the passing of Moi. Yes. And I loved the way he said, Rais wangu Magufuli amenituma. So he understands at the time I was the president leading the whole country, and he understands now it's Magufuli who's my president, so it's time for me to follow. So I am an elder statesman, but he sends me, I will come because it means something. Okay. And I guess he sent him because at times you're sent and you're like, why are you sending me? I am senior. Yeah. But the person sending you understands you have more impact in that land he's sending you because you were there during the peace process of 2007, 2008. They will relate with you more than I can.
MBUVI, how does your perfect day look like?
Perfect day? Yes. Wow. Perfect day is I wake up, speak to God, read His Word, do a little bit of vocal practice, and that day is full of gigs.
Gigs?
Full of gigs.
Gigs.
Yes. I love singing, I love entertaining. Yeah. That's my perfect day. If I can tembea and hang out with my friends, that's wonderful. Okay. And if Manchester United wins, perfect. Man U. Perfect. I know they are the Red Devils, but even the Devils believe in God and they shudder.
Have a seat. MBUVI, you said like the first thing ukiamka, you have to read the Word of God. Yeah. And ushaisoma Bible leo, kesho, lakini hukumbuki ni wapi umesoma, ama uko tu nimekupatia Bible umesoma, but the next minute manzi hukumbuki umesoma nini na umesoma wapi.
Does it happen? Yes, I read the Bible in the morning, man. I'm trying to remember what I read in the morning, and I can't remember what I read in the morning. But my consolation is this. Yes. The Word of God says when you deposit it in your heart, the time you will need it, the Holy Spirit will quicken it for you.
Really?
It's like me asking you, answer me in 2 seconds. What did you have yesterday for lunch? 1, 2. You can't remember. If I give you more seconds, you'll remember. Yeah. But those nutrients are doing something in your body right now. The Bible is food. Wow. The Bible is spiritual food.
Do you hear that?
You eat. When it's needed, it'll happen. Unakula tu. Maybe you'll try to remember. Yes, I'll make sure. I can't remember what I ate, but I know I had breakfast. I had proteins, vitamins, and carbohydrates. Those I am sure I kept because that's a principle. It's the same thing with the Word of God. I will read this. I will try. Now, the only way I'll remember is I am studying which book. Then I'll say, all right. Yes. Right now I am in Acts. Fine. Now I can start remembering.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, just read it. Gobble it. Gobble it. Gobble it. When you need it, God will quicken it for you.
I love that.
It's like the questions you're asking me.
Pastor
No, it's like the questions you're asking me. All that content, I should be able to have an answer. There's an answer I'll have for all that content. But I have no idea what you're going to ask me. So when you ask, from inside me something comes out. When you ask me, where did you go? I wasn't thinking about it. I will think about it and I'll remember. Because I went. It's a memory. It's a wonderful memory. It's stored in my data bank somewhere.
Okay.
So the more you read the word, even the more it's stored.
I love that. MBUVI, ukiwa shule, it could be in high school, primary, ama at a college.
Yes.
Who was your worst teacher and why?
My worst teacher was called Mr. He was a great guy, but he was called Mr. Ochami because he was worst because you couldn't understand his mood. And you will agree with me. Look at it this way. You come to class. He comes to a class. He finds a class making a lot of noise. Opens the door and says, you guys, thank you for keeping quiet. He goes to the following class, it's quiet, and beats all of them for making noise. That's case number 1. Case in point number 2. He comes to a class. This girl was the highest in the class. She had 70-something. All the other guys had 50s. And Achapawe was 70-something. Bono kufika 90. He was strange. He was the funniest too, but he was strange. He can crack a joke, ucheke, the next minute amekasirika, ucheke na akuchape.
And yeah, he was the worst.
He was the worst. Do you want another one? I'll give you one more for high school.
Yes.
This guy, I loved him, but I hated him at the same time. Because he had a problem with faith. I am a rugby player, so I loved him. He was my coach. But in terms of faith, I hated him. And he knew I was born again. So my surname in high school is Mutune. So we will come and say, Mutune, this thing you keep saying, Jesus is in your heart. He was a biology teacher. The heart is a mechanical pump. What is Jesus doing in a mechanical pump? So you're like, what do you tell him? And he comes, Mutune, what is wrong with Tusker beer? So he said, it's not good. He said, do you know, and this is a fact by the way, do you know Tusker beer is a balanced diet, 78% protein. Now you're so young, that was from 1. I don't know a lot of things. You can't argue with me. So on one point is, I'm a boy usually in the class. Then after the class, Mutune, I like your rugby potential. Please come. You should be playing for the school team soon. I love an relationship. It was called Mr. Nyende.
Mr. Nyende. Hata nakarudi Nyende.
Alikiza kwa mvunjika miguu kimejenga. Johnny Bravo. Unatembea hivi tumekuja tukonda. There are many. I won't tell you about King Oina. Acha niachane na huyo.
Acha na huyo.
Acha na King Oina.
Okay. MBUVI.
Yes.
Umepewa 2 options. Either ulale kumeva handcuffs ama helmet the whole night.
Wow. Handcuffs,
helmet whole night.
Handcuffs. Staki spend my ears get hot. Staki kitu yote imefungilia hapa. You can actually sleep like this. If you're very sleepy, you can hack it. Kichwa nzito na helmet. Imagine unaenda kutana tena kichwa hivi nini? No, mikono.
How do you politely end a conversation from a boring person? Wale watu mkipatana anakupatia story haziishi. Ukimwambia nataka kwenda na mpaka nakushika hivi. Sasa. Sasa.
Father God, forgive me for what I did. Umenikumbusha scenario. What you do? Simple. Hebu ongea nikao unaniongelesha hiyo story mob.
MBUVI.
By the Yes. Hello. Yes. Wacha niende. Wacha tuongea. That's what I do. Use the phone. You have the phone.
Use the phone.
I use the phone. Many of where I can't get off because now uta hard feelings za mtu nini.
MBUVI kuna wengine watakufuata mpaka wako. Sikuwa nimekumalizia.
No, you gotta run. Let's talk. Kuna vile. Tuongea then you go.
Really?
kuna wengine at times hata kwa streets zile nikihandle na watu wa street and you don't know what to do.
Yes.
Yeah, I pick the phone. Hata nisiana ananifuata tena. Sintaingia mahali kaa hapa after 40 ama niingie jana hawezi nifuata hapa. Kisha.
Umesikia?
I'm sorry Lord.
Anyone kwa wenye wanapendanga story na aziishi, umeona mtu ameboeka. There are some hata hawata realize ushaboeka. Mtu amekupia story umeboeka but ako tu hapo. Any word for them?
It's very, unless they are very young. Only young people can you change how they are. But wengine you really can't. You can't help.
Yeah.
Unless you just change the topic somehow, give them something more exciting.
Yes.
Or there are people that what if there's nothing you can do? What do you do? What if it's your grandmother? Utamfanya nini? Unaona? Some of these people are people close to you.
Yeah.
Hata awe ni mwizi ama ni wetu. So hata huyo mtu ni boring, stories zake ni boring. What do you do? But you have to make time for them. Useme one day me do I have ultimate energy? Yes.
Yes.
Now I can go sit down and talk to them. When I have the energy for them, I will.
Yeah.
When I don't have, and if it's a call for a phone, namwambia sawa we nitakupigia wacha tutabonga. Sio? Because you don't have that energy right that time. Hauna hiyo. You have to be there to be able to stand the bottom and go on. Because ni mtu wako.
Okay.
They are dawa kwa sure wamekubamba.
Aya, movie.
Vimo?
Vimo. Okay. Between reading a novel and watching a movie.
Nimekuwa mzembe. Squeeze mimi mtu wa watch movie at any day.
Movie.
I have seasons. There are seasons I want to read. I love reading, and there are seasons I just don't want to read. I just want to watch and enjoy. Ipite.
Movie. Currently una watch gani?
I'm repeating Lord of the Rings.
Repeating?
Actually, nimeimaliza. I'm on The Hobbit. Yes, I'm repeating. I like repeating, especially epic movies. I repeat a lot.
For real? How
Yes.
now?
Epic movies are awesome, and the storylines are beautiful. The stories you can hear over and over and over again.
Okay.
They're awesome.
If your life was a movie, assuming it was a movie,
Yes.
what song will be the soundtrack?
The Eye of the Tiger. I don't know that you know that song.
Really?
Or if it wasn't gospel,
Yes.
it had to be a love-themed one. And the song would be a Bruno Mars song. When I see her face, there's nothing. You're so amazing, just the way you are. Something like that.
Movie,
Yes.
tukimalizia, ni vitu tumekuwatch sana, tumekusikiza kwa radio, you've watched your interviews, but ni vitu gani mbili but we don't know about movie? Two things that we don't know about you.
Nimesema mbili kwanza sasa kwa hii show mko madam repeat standard 1 and nilisema
Class 1 mbona uli repeat?
I repeated class 1 because my mom first and foremost gave birth to me when she was like in school.
Okay.
She was so young. She couldn't take care of me. And the boy dem anamwambia hapo mother alimchapa slap. Aliniambia hapa thank you. Hivyo. They never saw each other again. But now because she was in Nairobi studying, parents wake wako Oshago, nikapeleka Oshago. So when she got married now to my current dad, my biggest fan ever.
Yeah.
When she got married, now they brought me to Nairobi. I was going to standard 2.
Okay.
Everything in Ukambani from standard 1 to 3 tuko nafunza na Kikamba. Hata Kiswahili, hata Kizungu. Kizungu kivila kitawachea. So now coming to Nairobi, you don't know anything. Everything you know is Kamba and Kamba only. So I had to repeat.
Oh my.
That's 1. 2, I don't know whether you know I have a degree in physics, a master's in computer-based information systems. I was once a lecturer, and I was a banker.
What happened?
I love art more. I came to my first love, which is music.
And you left the banking, the lecturing?
I don't feel banking. That's what I'm telling you. I was a studious character. I loved books. And something else you wouldn't know, I used to be a kachopi number 1.
Kachopi yenyewe. Unakaa tu.
But now, sikai. So, but now, my life changed and I realized, hey, I love the arts even more.
Yeah.
So I think those are some of the things people may not know about me.
Okay. Yeah. And finally, ungependa watu wakumbuke nini ya Mburi? Talk to these people.
Biggest thing I want you to remember, I'll quote John 3:30, and this is John the Baptist saying, He must increase, I must decrease. The biggest thing I'd want to be remembered for is I stood for God, and I love God, I was loved by God. And God worked in, through, in me, through me, for me, by me, to reach his message to his people. That's the greatest memory, that you can remember me and tag my name with God.
I love that.
MBUVI, mtu wa Mungu. Any other thing is unnecessary and irrelevant. MBUVI, mtu wa Mungu. Abraham, friend of God.
Yes.
John, the beloved of God. Daniel, beloved of God. Hiyo tu. Kauna wangu and everything else is irrelevant. Atifani, ati can sing. I'm tempted to want people to know I can sing. But let it be sing about Jesus.
Oh my God.
Glory of Jesus.
Yes.
That's what I live for. Live, breathe for.
That's inspiring. I love it. So, your last word to my subscribers?
Subscribe. Hizi maswali ni noma. Subscribe. Learn Kikuyu. You have to learn Kikuyu ndi usikie. But subscribe, imagine, and above all, work at your talent all the more. At your best. I think this channel, from what I've seen, most of it is in Kikuyu. You know that? But if you work hard and excel in your gift and do so well, imagine they will change the language just to interview you. That's how important your gift and talent is. When you sharpen and iron it and work for it, Wahoo will decide, hey, leo si interview na Kikuyu, ndio ni kuhost kwa sababu you have a gift you've showcased and the whole world needs to know. Work at it, and above all, love God kabisa with all your heart, mind, and soul. Au sio? Shit! Nasalimia DJ Mark D kutoka Ukambani Mazaku Pito. Yeah.
Oh my God. MBUVI, tumalize na gani? KWATA KAWAYA, kidogo tuguzie, and the new song.
We can guzia? Yes.
Tuguze.
You want it akafera?
Yes.
Akafera like that?
Yeah.
Nebindaya seo, ebindaya tanu, ebindaya moyo, ebindaya vime, ebindaya nguma, ebindaya yade, ebindaya ele. KWATA KAWAYA, KWATA view. Iwe timu ya seo. Yeah. Isha. The other one is ngamona udhiomone wake tukakamana na Yesu yayane.
I love that.
Asante.
MBUVI, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
For giving us time from your busy schedule.
Asante.
We're thankful. Tumefurahia sana.
Busy schedule was postponed today for you. So today was your day. Today is your day.
Asante sana.
It had to be made.
Asante sana. So tukimalizia hapa tunakunywa kashai.
Oh yeah.
Tuko after 40. After 40 iko Biashara Street, right?
Biashara Street.
Yes. So if you want a good place ya kurelax, kukunywa kachai, kuleta girlfriend, mahali lunch after 40.
And it doesn't mean you have to be 40 years old ukuje. After 40 just means 40 is just a number of in the Bible that means struggle. So after the struggle, come and enjoy wine and dine here. I wine na imaisha tikuje kulewa. I just mean it's a statement. Come and enjoy yourself, relax. Beautiful place.
Thank you so much guys. Ni ndo wako yerera ushitu manake etagwo MBUVI na ni mwihoko wako at least nyako inspire ni wathoma o kaundu gurehagira agenia ya at least ugatigirira ati hari o kaundu wathoma kaundu karia kega waigwa kuma kario kahoe no kariagire ta kwa mundu wakwa. Otherwise nginya murathime na mwike wega na gikorwo hari o kaundu ngenda gukorwo kinjariria he mugeni ukenda gukorwo gikurehera comment down below na unjire ni mugeni uriku ucio. God bless you and take care of yourselves.